WBEC's new TV series, which takes you right where history is being made. It's March 5th, 1770, and we take you to the British colony in North America, the people over call America. As you may know, they've been having trouble with the King of England over taxes. For more on this, we take you to Boston, Massachusetts, and our Atlanta reporter Ren.
Thank you, Gianna. British troops came to the Boston Common, and the people of Boston are not happy about it. I can tell you that. Oh, here's some now. Hello, citizens.
You mean us?
Yes. How do you feel about the British soldiers coming here?
Well, I think it's a disgrace. A disgrace.
We're Americans. We're not British longer. Since we don't have the rights that British citizens make, why should we pay their taxes?
They don't ask us what we want. They're sure quick to send a soldier to keep us quiet.
A disgrace, that's why. No taxation without representation.
Thank you. Sir, officer, British soldier, hello.
What is it?
Americans are saying...
I heard what they said, but why do you call them Americans? They're British citizens just like I am, and they should be loyal to the king whether they like him or not.
Well, they think...
They think who cares what they think? I'm a loyal British subject. I never think for myself. Why should Americans get to think when we British don't?
But isn't it important what other people say?
No, it's not. Who cares what the people say? In Britain, we only listen to what the king says. The people, no. The king, yes.
But isn't it true that...
If the king says something is true, then it's true.
Can you please stop interrupting me already?
I'm sorry, that was rude. A British soldier should never be rude.
You don't think it's due to seize our property stacking?
You don't think it's rude to Boston Common for your soldiers?
Don't you think it's rude to deprive us for our lives? Don't you think it's rude to close down Boston Harbor to our ships?
If you have any complaints, you can write a letter to the Parliament.
Well, that sounded pretty rude to me. What was that?
Those are gunshots! The British are shooting!
What happened?
Some people yelling at the British soldiers go home. If you children start doing snows, then all of a sudden the British start shooting.
Let's try and see if anyone was hurt. Oh, here's John Adams. Maybe he can help. He's the leader of the Sons of Liberty here in Boston. Mr. Adams? Mr. Adams?
What is it? I'm very busy.
I know, sir, but our audience wants to know what happened.
The British started firing. That's all we know for sure.
Mr. Adams, we have word.
Yes, what is it?
5 have been killed, 5 citizens of Boston.
Oh no!
One of them, Christmas Addict, a woman, a homo slave, and a sailor.
Christmas Addict is a member of the Sons of Liberty. I know him.
Kill the British!
Let's get our own guns and shoot them down.
No!
But they shot our citizens. They must be punished.
And they will be, but by the law, not by guns of a mob.
But they've used their guns to kill us.
And they will be punished for that, but we Americans believe in justice, even if the British do not. I am a lawyer and I will defend the British soldiers, even though I hate everything that they're doing. Come, my fellow citizens, let us discuss this together.
Well, there you have it. For the first time ever, British soldiers have shot and killed American citizens. This could mean more. Back to you, Gianna, in our studios.
Thank you, Ren. That's all from Boston. It appears that King George has asked us to give his side of the story. We now take you to WBEC's Atlanta Report and London England. Take it away, Ren.
Thank you, Gianna. All right, Mr. King, what do you have to say?
Your Highness.
Yeah?
The proper term is Your Highness.
Whatever. Go ahead.
What do I do? Look this way and start talking. All right, I'm King George III, your king, the only king you're ever gonna have, and I'm your king. Thank you very much.
Your Highness?
What?
The Americans?
Yes. You people who call yourselves Americans, you've been saying some not very nice things about me now, haven't you?
Like what?
Well, a lot of them think that he's a tyrant. He only meant that's what they say you are. I think you're very nice.
Oh,
What else?
They say that he doesn't care about any of their problems. That he's mean. And arrogant. And bossy. They call him that all the time. And
stop it. Who cares what they say? They're wrong, I'm right, I'm the king, they're not. That's all I have to say. Go ahead.
So you can raise taxes anytime you want. You don't have to ask someone.
Ask them. Who's the king around here? You or me?
And the stamp tax and the Townsend tax and all those other things that propose in the taxes.
Oh, complain, complain, complain. That's all these Americans do. What do you think this is, a democracy? Well, that's all I have to say. This is your king saying goodbye. And remember, pay those taxes.
Well, you heard it here first. King George III says.
brilliant. That part about all this not being a democracy. Complain, complain, complain.
Ha, ha, ha.
We now fast forward to December 16th, 1773. Dylan is standing by Boston Harbor where some sort of activity is taking place.
Thank you, Gianna. As you can see, I'm standing here by Boston Harbor. There are some people here. They look like Native Americans, and they're carrying roses tea. See if I can speak with one of them. Sir?
Yes?
Wait, you're not Native American?
No, actually, my name is Paul Revere. I'm a silversmith. I make the finest silver mugs and bowls in Boston. I also make one teeth. See? Come to my modern shop on Beacon Hill in Boston, and there you'll find...
Mr. Revere?
Sorry.
Can you tell our viewers what you're doing here today?
You've heard about the tax on tea that King George and his Parliament have tried to impose on us?
Of course.
We've decided to show the king exactly how much we don't like his taxes. Here, let Sam Adams explain. He's the head of Sons of Liberty.
As long as there are British taxes on this tea, we are not going to let it off the boats. So since they won't take it back to England, we're going to dump it in the Boston Harbor and let the fish drink tea tonight.
You'd rather throw away the tea than pay taxes on it?
We'd be willing to pay taxes with our tax if we got to decide about it.
What about a tax to help the poor people of Boston? Or a tax to fix our roads? Or a tax to help our schools?
But the king and the parliament want to tax our tea to pay for their empire and their wars, which that we won't do. So that's why my friends and I are going to dump the tea.
Well, there it is. All the tea gone, splashed into the water. King George is not going to be happy about this. Let's hear what he has to say.
No, I'm not happy. Not happy at all. How dare these Americans take my tea and dump it into the water like that? What's happening in this world where people think they have their own rights to make up their own rules?
Well, there you have it. King George is getting angry by the minute. Stay tuned, viewers, and we'll see what happens next. But before we fast forward to our next scene, let's take a break for a commercial. We'll be right back. You should really drink our tea, the best that any tea can be. It's better than the British brands, with taxes no one understands. So be sure to drink our tea, sure tastes good and you'll be free.
Drink their tea.
Now for a special bulletin, Paul Revere. You remember the silversmith from Boston has just reported that the British have sent 700 troops out to march in the towns in Lexington and Concord in Massachusetts. Mr. Revere has been riding all night yelling the British are coming and calling out the Minutemen to defend the towns. A group of patriots has gathered in the square in Lexington to head off the British. We take you there now.
Thank you, Charlie. British troops are everywhere. I'm right in the middle of some now. Officer? British soldier? This is ridiculous. Now, officer, I just have a few questions.
What?
What are you British soldiers doing here?
We're marching in Concord. Our spies tell us there are arms and weapons hidden there. How'd you know we're here?
This is our country. Anything that happens, we pass forward. Not only that, but there's 300 men amount of Concord Bridge waiting for you.
300. Ha! There's 700 of us. 300 of us can be 700 anything. We're not going to stop fighting until you go back to England.
No matter how many of you there are, we're going to win because this is our country and we're fighting for our family.
Well, I guess we showed her back to you, Charlie, in our studios.
What was that? It sounds like shooting has broken out on Lexington Green. Come in, Bryson. Can you spell impossible shooting in Lexington?
Yes, Charlie, we have shooting here in Lexington Green. 8 Minutemen have been killed in the fighting. It looks like a war of independence has started for real.
And over here, British troops are marching toward the Concord Bridge, where American soldiers are standing with their weapons. Now they're shooting at one another. Wait, the British are turning around. They're heading back towards Boston, but the Minutemen are chasing them through the woods. Now the British are marching in red uniforms. Why would they do that? Now the American soldiers are hiding behind trees. Now why would they do that? You can tell the British haven't seen anything like that before. Back to you, Charlie.
Thank you, reporters. Now, let's fast forward to June 1775. Come in, Gianna. Thank you, Charlie. I have someone with me whom I think everyone would like to meet. It's General George Washington, the new commander-in-chief.
War is a terrible thing. Make sure that everyone says this is going to be a difficult war. Many will die, but we must fight if we want to be free. Dr. Franklin, hello, but it seems War of Independence has begun.
Yes, we knew it would, didn't we?
We're going to win in the end, aren't we, Ben?
It's our country in general. Must be independent or never be free. It would be difficult, but we will win.
I hope you're right. Anyway, as I've heard you say before, we must indeed all hang together. We must surely we shall all hang separately.
That's right, we're rebels now. Let's Christ in our heads.
Where are you going?
I'm going back to Philadelphia. Richard Henry Lee of Virginia has proposed independence to the Second Continental Congress.
Finally! We've long time. What did he say?
I have it here. He proposed that these United Colonies are and of right ought to be free from the states. This was our friend John Adams Abbey. He's for independence all his life. Speaking of which, we go to Philadelphia, George.
No, it is my job to lead the army. There is still much to be done before we can become a free nation. What about you?
I wouldn't miss it for anything in the world. They should be reading the Declaration of Independence anytime now. Thomas Jefferson is reading it, you know.
I wish I could be there, but I don't have special moments.
There go two of the most important leaders of our country. Amazing men. Now here we go back to our studios in Philadelphia.
We now bring you a special interview with Betsy Ross, a leading patriot claiming flag for our new nation. Miss Ross, is it true that George Washington himself asked you to make the flag?
Yes, it is. General Washington and Robert Morris of New Jersey asked me to make it. As you can see, I'm sewing on 13 red and white stripes, but I'm also adding 13 stars for column.
Why both stars and stripes?
The stripes are originally for the 13 colonies, soon to be states, in a new United States of America, but my hope is that America will keep growing. Each state will have its own star. Can you imagine? Someday we can have 20 or even 30.
Wow!
That's a lot of sewing to do, so I'd better get back to it.
Well, thank you, Miss Ross, for your time. Would you like to join us for reading of our Declaration of Independence?
Thank you. I would like that very much.
Now, for the big moment. It's July 4th, 1776, and we're here at the Independence Hall in Philadelphia. We're about to witness an extraordinary event. In just a moment, Thomas Jefferson will be reading from the Declaration of Independence to delegates from all 13 colonies. Here he is now.
Honored delegates, as you may know, the purpose of this declaration is to put all cause before the road in language so clear that it commands all understanding and agreements. Mr. Adams, do you have anything to say about that?
Thank you, Mr. Jefferson. I just wanted to remind the delegates that this is only the beginning and that we have debated and argued and compromised, but there is still more to be done.
We have not ended slavery as many of us have wanted, but we will continue this until American is free, no matter color.
Or religion?
Or background.
That's right, and we promise that to all of you.
And we promise that America will always be free.
Can I read from the Declaration, Mr. Jefferson?
Why, of course, the Declaration belongs to all of us. Please read.
We hold these truths to be self-evident,
That all men are created equal.
That they are endowed by the Creator in kind of unalienable rights.
That among these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness.
The Declaration of Independence is now official. We will have to fight a war for our independence, but America is now really a nation at last. Let's hear what the people think about that. What do you plan to do with your life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness?
I want to be a doctor.
I want to be a teacher.
I want to become an inventor. I have an idea for way to use electricity to make light.
Electricity?
Why? One day, the fake man was flying a kite on a rainstorm, and lightning came down the street and made the key light up. He called it electricity, and he thinks there might be a way to use it at homes. I want to figure out how.
Good for you.
I want to start my own business. In America, we can be anything we choose to be. I want to be a rock star.
A rock star? What's a rock star?
I don't know, but it sounds cool.
I want to have a family. In America, all children can go to school.
In America, we can believe in any religion we choose. In America, we can stand up for what we believe in.
In America, we can decide about our own government.
In America,
we are the government!
Well, there you have it. That's what the citizens of America have to say. Today is July 4th, 1776. Tune in next time and we'll see how the rest of the story comes out. For now, this is Charlie and Gianna saying goodbye from Philadelphia.
I want to give, that's a loud one. I want to give such a huge round of applause to these fifth graders. There was no video for them to look at. This was fully created by them. Every scene, every acting out was 100% them, and they did such an amazing job. So great job, fifth grade.